Hello to No More Future. Yes, we are back. Yes, Monday's No More Future. Yep, sounds bleak and hopeless. Perfect day to start off with, not gonna lie. Yeah, there was some I read this already, and don't forget everybody to click that subscribe button if you know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm saying, but yeah. Oh really, does that happen often? Not usually, no. It did the other day though. Some people were also a little mean to us, but I guess that's to be expected given our circumstances. There you go. That should convey the point. No sense burning bridges with Daphne over this stuff anyway. And even though you're skirting the border between truth and falsehood a little, you're not exactly denying what happened. Of course, this doesn't stop Apollo from looking worried. Oh dear, I had no idea things got that bad. That's because they didn't. Despite everything, Daphne handled herself really well. Probably even better than I would've, honestly. Though you expected Apollo to keep sulking for a while longer, at least her words are clearly enough to restore his good spirits. Aw. Oh, I don't doubt that for a second. Daphne really is the best. She just has a way with things, you know? I remember this one time And there he goes. He sure is talkative when it comes to his sister. He must care about her a great deal. Just the mere mention of her name is usually enough to lighten him up. I wonder if he already forgot about everything I just told him. Maybe it's for the best. I prefer when he's happy over when he's... Oh, that's right! The gift! Apollo suddenly exclaims, taking you by surprise. I completely forgot about that. I gotta go find something for Daphne before I forget again. I'm sorry, Isaac. I'd love to chat with you, but I really gotta get going. I hope we can... Actually, would you mind if I tagged along? Your suggestion is quite sudden, or at least it's clear that the lamp interpreted it as such. Are you sure? I don't want to be a bother and all. Weren't you heading home? Well, I was, but... You make as if to explain yourself only for a question to suddenly pop in your head. How did you know? For a second, you almost think you're onto something, but then... Isn't it obvious? You're carrying a bag of groceries and everything. He nudges towards the bag you're holding in your hand with his own, and you can't help but feel embarrassed at being outwitted this badly. Yeah, Isaac, he does that sometimes. Talk about being forgetful. Not wanting to dwell in that awkward feeling for long, you try your best to look unfazed as you reply. Well, I was heading home, but I'm not exactly in a rush. None of the stuff I bought needs to be put in the fridge right away. What with it being winter, the temperature's more or less fine already. Seemingly unbothered by your concise explanation, Apollo keeps tilting his head at you, looking a little experienced. I suppose that's true and all, but I still don't get why you'd want to tag along on this errand. I followed Daphne when she went shopping a bunch of times, and it wasn't exactly... Well... It took a while is all. Like that's gonna matter if you're accosted by those weirdos again. But I can't just say that out loud. I didn't go through all that trouble earlier just to be honest now. Unless, of course, I do want to be honest now. Actually, I don't mind this taking a while. I could really use the distraction. I'll admit, I haven't exactly done a whole lot in the last few days. The only reason I went to the supermarket in the first place was so I could get out of the house and do something for a change. If you'll have me, I'd be glad to accompany you on your errand. I might be parroting you a little, but I also like chatting with you. Wow, this guy's rizzing. You macking? You macking, man? Got that Mac game, huh? There you go, a truthful answer, even if it's not the whole truth. But he doesn't need to know about the other reason. Not when just being near him should be enough to scare any criminals looking for an easy score. For all you know, there won't even be any need of protecting Apollo at all. The lamb is clearly nowhere near as concerned about that prospect as you are, so it could be that the danger you perceive is all in your head. I get it, man. Isaac has a lot of mental issues. Everybody does. You know? It is what it is. I guess the hardest part is how you deal with them every day. Either way, it's probably best to put all those thoughts behind you for now and focus solely on the beaming sheep before you. Well, when you put it like that, of course, I'd be glad to have you tag along. It's been a while since we last hung out anyway. This should be exciting. Yeah, I think so too. I've been meaning to get a hold of you for a while too. I've just been a little busy recently, you know. Although I'm slowly trying to free myself of all of that. No worries, I totally get the feeling. The young sheep reassures you as he resumes his trek down the road with you closely following by his side. Though it's not long before his expression falters again and he hastily clarifies himself. In theory, anyway, I actually have the opposite problem right now. Too much free time and nothing to spend it on. Like me. I guess not like me, exactly. You know, I'm using my time for for YouTube stuff. It does. I mean, I enjoy it. Gonna lie. But then there are times where you wanna just cool down, do your own thing. But then you remember maybe I could be spending my time a bit better. I don't know. I mean, I enjoy practicing cooking and learning new recipes, and there's always something worth looking up on the web. But sometimes it gets a little repetitive doing that every day. I see. Is that the reason why you leave the condo every so often? More or less. Bloomberg's a cool place to wander around, you know, helps break the monotony. At least a little. At least a little bit, you know, it's a little. But I try not to do it too often. I know Daphne gets anxious whenever I leave the house, and given what I'm like, I don't blame her in the least. Yeah, man, you got memory issues. That is scary to think, you know, when you have a relative like that. And, you know, they wander the house or outside the house. You gotta be like, shit, where are they? Oh god, maybe they forgot. You know, it's really, it's a worrisome feeling. I suppose it's understandable given what they're going through. Whatever that is. Still, the thought of Apollo cooped up inside his home every day just doesn't sit well with you. Well, what if you didn't have to leave alone? I'm sure Daphne wouldn't mind if I accompanied you. And I wouldn't say no to spending more time with you in general either. Wow, this guy is rizzing, man. You got that friendly Riz. Your friendly neighborhood Riz man. You know you can call me anytime you need someone to talk to, right? Oh, I do. It's just that, well, I'd hate to be a bother is all. Inviting you over anytime I feel lonely or bored would mean sapping away a lot of your time. Ah, my god, man. I can relate to Apollo big time. It's like, damn, I think I might be taking some time, but you know, they might be busy. I don't know. You mean the same time I'd otherwise spend doing this? You raise your bag full of groceries as if to prove your point, instantly earning a chuckle from your friend. Wait, are we actually recording? Yes, we are. Thank Christ almighty. Because if I wasn't, I'd be talking for like 8 minutes straight. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having some of my time sapped away right now. Whoa, you're not the only one who feels bored and lonely every once in a while. I suppose not? He echoes with a smile. I see what you mean. If you really are fine with it, I'll be sure to invite you over anytime I could use the company. And I'll be sure to reciprocate anytime I do, even if my cooking is nowhere near as good as yours. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. Everyone learns in time. That's a reassuring thought, but the knowledge that Apollo has not forsaken you is even more comforting right about now. There are times where it feels as though your friendships with others are as brittle as glass, as though all of it takes is a single blow for them to crumble into dust, like with Nemarin earlier today. But it's clear just your mind playing tricks with you. Exactly, man. Isaac, you gotta calm your mind down, man. It's what overthinkers do. There's still people worth trusting in this world, people who trust you back, and that includes your old friend the Drake, you're sure. As long as you nurture these bonds, those worries of yours will fade away in time. That's the hope you must hold on to if you're to survive in this uncaring world. So, you wanted to get something for Daphne, didn't you? What did you have in mind? Decide to ask Apollo as you walk, not wanting to dwell on those heavy thoughts for long. You know what? I can clearly feel and see that they did change. They rewrote the whole thing. Not the story, but the way they speak, the dialogue between the characters. Because I did say before, my biggest complaint is that it's like I'm reading a wall of text. It doesn't matter if it's a couple of paragraphs, I can handle that. But if it's like every time someone speaks, it's a whole new topic. It's a whole shebang. It's like seeing a whole research paper, you know? An introduction to the topic, so to say. But usually it's only a page long. Okay, going back to the game, you decide to ask Apollo as you walk, not wanting to dwell on those heavy thoughts for long. The young man takes a while to answer, seemingly needing some time to put his own thoughts in order. I'm honestly not sure. You mean you forgot? Or... No, 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 not this time. I think... But there are plenty of shops around these parts, so I'm bound to find something eventually. That's what I figured, at least. A bit of a messy plan, but you can't exactly complain. After all, you were thinking something similar yourself when you decided to head out earlier today. Sounds reasonable enough. In that case, what do you think she'd like? Ooh, gifting someone a gift. That's a toughie. Some say the thought that counts. Nah, no. Unfortunately, that's not always. I've been there, done that. It's what it is. The chief hesitates for a moment as if genuinely taken aback by your question. I don't know, maybe a nice gown or a necklace? I usually just default to buying her video games through online services, but I wanted to go for something different this time. A gown or necklace? Interesting. Okay, for Daphne? Damn. Okay, I see. Does Daphne like that kind of stuff? Again, Apollo can't seem to hide his surprise. I'm not sure. I mean, probably? Okay, maybe? Apollo's visible confusion has you shaking your head in disbelief. Is he honestly that clueless? No way she never passed on any hints about potential gift ideas, you wonder? And yet, judging by his stuttering, that might just be the case. In that case, if he's open for suggestions... Personally, I think you're better off buying her one of those spiked collars or a cheap t-shirt with a skull on it. I think the t-shirt would work. Spike collars? Ugh. Nah. You think so? Isn't that stuff kinda tacky? Oh, for sure, my man. But then again, she does carry a jacket on her back. I've never seen her wear just for the style factor. I don't think she'd mind at all. When you put it that way, you can't help but snicker at how easily you succeeded in convincing the sheep. Look at that face. It's like, okay, you're kind of right, but maybe you're wrong. Can't help but, yeah, you were obviously jesting, but he clearly didn't pick it up on it. Best to clarify before you can actually consider buying any of that. Look, all jokes aside, I don't think Daphne would mind either way. Cheap or expensive, big or small, cool or tacky, as long as her gift comes from the heart, I think she'll like it. No, you optimistic fuck! Isaac, stop! I've been there, done that. I've told you, man. It depends on the person. Person really cares about it, and they don't give a crap if the gift is it's a twig. If you clearly put in, for you it was something that they put thought in. Like, oh, okay, I'll enjoy it then. Maybe just don't go for a necklace. I don't think she's into that fancy stuff. Apollo smiles at your earnest words of advice, quite clearly relieved. I'm glad you think so. I'd hate to disappoint. And you won't. You have my word. Now let's resume the hunt, shall we? You can't disappoint Daphne, but you sure can surprise her. Surprise her, huh? That sounds nice. Alright then, lead the way, Isaac. With renewed vigor, you continued your window shopping together, always on the lookout for the ideal gift. Unfortunately, for as many shops as there are in the area, very few have anything remotely interesting to offer you. Just another sign of this town being behind the times, you suppose. No wonder everyone does their shopping online when this is all you can find when you go looking in person. Perhaps you'd have better luck on the other side of town. But that would require walking all the way back there and putting even more distance between you and her condo. Best to just keep trying your luck here, you reckon? I suggest that only as a last resort. Still nothing. That's alright. There are still plenty of stores we can check. There's no point in losing hope yet. Of course, we'd have an easier time if we knew what to look for. Do you still not know what to get your sister? Not quite. There's just too many options and none of them seem right for her. Well, let me know as soon as a good idea strikes you. It'll help narrow down our search considerably. And it'll help me figure out what to get her to. You wanna buy something for Daphne too? Apollo immediately asked, his curiosity aroused by thoughts he so carelessly spoke out aloud. Not wanting your intent to be misinterpreted by the ram, you hastily clarify. Yeah, I just thought about it. You don't mind, do you? Not at all. I think that's a great idea. Though I have to ask, what brought this on all of a sudden? Yo. Calm down. Good question. And again, you have to think carefully before answering that. I don't know. I just want to help out, I guess. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but feel a little responsible for her needing cheering up to begin with. I know hanging out with a synthetic can be a little stressful, to say the least. I just want to make sure there are no hard feelings between us, is all. Almost as if in defiance of the sorrowful look on your visor, Apollo beams at you as he replies. Oh, don't worry. You're fine. Daphne doesn't hate you or anything. In fact, I'm pretty sure she's happy she got to meet you. You think so? You don't know why you sound so surprised about that or feel so embarrassed about it. Nonetheless, Apollo presses on. Yeah, I think you made a great impression on her. Usually she just talks about her video games or how frustrating her job is, or just asks me how my day went and so on, but lately she started talking about you too, and how much she likes chatting with you. It's not often she talks about someone else, or even with someone else. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen her do that before. The young man suddenly paused his train of thought, for which you are quite relieved. Another word, and your cheeks might have actually started burning. Honestly, I think she's the one where there might be bad feelings between you two. Huh? Huh? What do you mean? Well, I'm gonna end this video right here. Yes, I'm gonna keep things short, 15 minutes or maybe 20 minutes max, unless the video calls for it. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching, everybody. Subscribe. Bye!